So, hello students, once again this is the part 4 of the same chapter. Okay, the name of the chapter is Discovering Truth, the saga continues. So, in this fourth part, we will read the text first. The mummy is in very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s. So, as of you know that this mummy was actually discovered in 1920s. Okay, and that mummy which was discovered of Tutankhamun is in a very bad condition. Why? Because you see, in 1920s we don't have so much devices to protect a mummy. Now you see, a mummy which is almost 2000, 2500 or 3000 year old. Okay, so it is meant that if it is exposed to the natural elements like wind, air, moisture, it will decompose, it will begin to decompose, and that mummy which is kept in such a nice condition will be destroyed completely. Now, how the mummies were actually created? Okay, what happened? All that moisture part of our body, of a human body, was extracted from the mummy. Okay, and some ointments and some kind of medicines and herbs were used so that the skin and other organs and the bones, okay, these parts remain intact. But what happened in this case, in 1920s, this Mr. Carter, okay, what he did is he exposed the mummy to the natural elements like wind, air, temperature. Okay, so because of that the condition of the mummy has deteriorated. Okay, some parts has fallen off. Okay, maybe it has become stuck within that wooden box where it was kept. Okay, said Zahi Hawass. So Zahi Hawass is a local guide. He is Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. You know that Egypt was a civilization, okay, beside the river Nile. Okay, and this civilization flourished very much during their times. So Egypt contains a lot of antiquities. Antiquities means age and oldness. Okay, so antiquity here means that anything which is old and is of historical importance. Okay, for example, we have Taj Mahal. Okay, we have a lot of artifacts that were found in Mohenjo-daro and Harappa civilizations. Okay, these are antiquities, these are artifacts that we have. So the General Secretary of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, he said, Mr. Zahi Hawass. Okay, remember it. Okay, why I'm saying, because questions might come from here also, that who was Zahi Hawass. Zahi Hawass was the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. Okay, so as he leaned over the body for a long first look. So in 2005, when that body was taken out again from that 27 feet below tomb, from that tomb, when that body was from that tomb, when the mummy was taken out again, he leaned over that mummy, that dead body of Tutankhamun, for a long first look. So he looked at, and he mentioned that the condition of the mummy is in very bad condition. Why? Because Roland Carter, he in 1920s, he exposed the mummy to the natural elements. Okay, so Carter, Howard Carter, sorry, here the name of Carter, that this Carter is actually Howard Carter. Okay, so this Carter is Howard Carter, that is, was the British archaeologist who in 1922 discovered Tut's tomb after years of futile researching and searching. So he searched Tutankhamun's tomb for quite a long time, and this British archaeologist named Howard Carter in 1922 discovered Tutankhamun's tomb. Its contents, though hastily ransacked in antiquity, were surprisingly complete. So what happened? This though when they discovered this mummy, okay, so people, what will do, those scientists, those archaeologists, you know, archaeologist means one who deals in historical artifacts. Okay, who researches in archaeological things. For example, the archaeological site of Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Kailash temple in you know, in Maharashtra it is located. Okay, so and Ellora temple, okay, that Ellora cave. Okay, these are all archaeological sites in our country. So in 1922, when he discovered this antiquity, so what happened? Hastily ransacked means these things were taken out swiftly. Okay, now apart from the mummy, there were a lot of things kept inside. As I have told you earlier, that these Egyptian people believed that our pharaoh, the prince who has died, so in his afterlife he will use a lot of things. Okay, afterlife means the life in heaven or life in hell or another life. Okay, so in his afterlife he will use these things. For example, they have kept golden toothbrush, they have kept golden dresses, okay, robes, dresses, fruits, flowers, okay, even servants are also uh, buried with that mummy. Okay, so and a lot of jars and golden made of gold, a lot of things made of gold was kept inside. Okay, so these things were ransacked means taken out, but still they are very intact. They remain the richest royal collection ever found and have become uh, part of Pharaoh's legend. So these things that was discovered, they are the richest royal collection ever found. Why? Because these are all made of gold. You see, stunning artifacts in gold. Here it is written, stunning artifacts in gold, their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection, caused a sensation at the time of the discovery and still get the most attention. So what happened? These artifacts were there. Artifacts means, as I have told you again, that in the life after death, based on the belief that we are an essential part of human soul, and this soul changes from one body to another body. Okay, so our physical body will die, but in our soul will reach heaven, or it probably will reach hell, and we will continue our afterlife. Okay, so there are stunning artifacts. Artifacts means things, historical things, okay, of importance here. Okay, maybe as I've told you, there is a kept jug, a jug for water, for drinking water. Okay, golden plates were kept for eating food made of gold. It's not golden, made of gold. Okay, spoons might be there, toothbrush will be there, dresses will be there, crown will be there. Okay, a lot of thing of eternal brilliance mean to guarantee resurrection. So the people thought that this person Tutankhamun will resurrect again. Resurrect means will relive, will become alive again. Resurrection means will become alive again. So they kept all those things made of gold for Tutankhamun, believing that this person will again become alive and he will live his afterlife. So this caused a sensation. Sensation means in straightforward word, today we what we call viral. Okay, that is sensation. In those days viral word was not used. Okay, so we say viral, becoming, anything becomes viral, that is it caused a sensation among the people, among the tourists, among the students of history, and still gets the most attention, and it still is getting the most attention even now. But Tutankhamun was also buried with everyday things. So he was buried with everyday things he would want in the afterlife. For example, board games, as I told you, that he will use them. So people believe that he will become alive again and he will use them in his afterlife. So what were kept there? For example, board games were there, bronze razor was there, linen undergarments were there, cases of food and wine. So even there were gold caskets of food, baskets of food and wine, dry fruits. Okay, everything was kept which is required in our day to day life. Okay, so everything was there. Now I will again of this particular portion, we have some important words here. For example, futile means pointless, incapable of producing the result of something. Hastily means very swiftly, fast. Ransacked means to go through a place and steal or damage something. So as I have told you, that as soon as this tomb of the Prince Tutankhamun was discovered, okay, the scientists, the student of history, the tourists, even some of the local people went there to gather whatever important thing or gather whatever valuable thing they can. So most of the things were actually stolen from there, but still they were recovered and are kept in intact condition. Antiquity means age or oldness. Here antiquity means of historical importance. Resurrection means restoration to life. Afterlife means life after death. Okay, so we believe that an individual's identity, individual soul is it contains a next life, that is life after death of the physical body. Now, as I'm summarizing is, this is the red portion here. You can see this red part, actually this is the summary of the text again. So as Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt, leaned over the body to have a look, he said that the mummy was in a very bad condition because of what the British archaeologist Howard Carter did to it in 1920s. He discovered King Tut's tomb. In 1922 after a long search. The valuable treasures of Tut had been explored earlier too, but surprisingly they were complete. The treasure found at Tut's grave is the richest till date, and this is the richest thing found inside. Why richest? Because everything is made of gold, as I have told you, and has come to be known as the Pharaoh's legend. And it is told as the Pharaoh's legend. Legend means, you know, that historical story. Okay, so this is the story of the Pharaoh. Pharaoh means prince. Once again, it has artifacts in gold which are eternally beautiful and as good as new. So this, you know, that gold is seldom reacts with any other elements of the nature, so gold continues to shine as it is. That's why gold is the most valuable metal. Okay, such artifacts still get attention. Tut was buried with things of daily use like razor made of bronze, gems, linen undergarments, and boxes of food and wine, which he could use in the next life. Now coming to another part of the text. So this is this black part is actually the text. If you are following this video, and you have your textbook with you, you can follow this text also. So after months of carefully recording the Pharaoh's funerary treasures, funerary means treasure that are kept during his funeral, treasure that are kept or valuable things that are kept with the king, with the prince during his funeral. So that is called funerary treasures. Here it is, the term funerary treasures. Carter began investigating these three nested coffins. So there are three coffins actually. Opening the first, he found a shroud adorned with garlands of willow and olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petals, and cornflowers, the faded evidence of burial in March or April. So first, when he opening the first box, okay, there are nested three coffins already there, and opening the first coffin, he found a shroud means a cloth, which in that cloth there were garlands of willow. Willow is a kind of flower. Olive is you know that olive is believed to be very sacred. Okay, so there were olive leaves. Okay, and olive oil, you know, at olive oil we use it as a body oil here. It's marketed in India as body oil, but olive is a very costly oil. Olive oil is not that cheap that we are getting here. It's actually not olive oil, but still olive leaves are there. Wild celery is a kind of flower here. Lotus petals are there. Okay, and cornflowers with faded evidence of burial in March or April. So the burial, the evidence that is found inside this first coffin was that this burial, or burial means funeral. Okay, when it was buried, burial comes from bury, bury. So burial was conducted in March or April. And when he finally reached the mummy, so after opening these coffins, when he finally reached that mummy, though he ran into trouble, the ritual resins had hardened, cementing Tut to the bottom of his solid gold coffin. So what happened? That dead body, okay, that dead body, after it was being mummified, it was kept with resins. Okay, resins means what we call, when grapes are dried, it turns into resins. So resins have hardened, and what happened? Cementing means sticking. Okay, so like a gum, those fruits and resins became hard, and it stuck the dead body to the bottom of his solid gold coffin. So that coffin was made of gold, and in that gold coffin, the dead body of Tutankhamun was stuck as if someone has stuck it with a gum. No amount of legitimate force could move them. Carter wrote later what was to be done. So Carter thought that after opening that coffin, he will take that dead body out from that mummy, out from that coffin. But it was impossible. Why? Because that mummy was stuck with that coffin. In Hindi we call it, we may call it that chipak gaya tha with that coffin. Okay. Now Carter thought that what can be done. So now I'm going again through those word meanings. Funerary treasures mean valuable things which the king was buried with. Three nested coffins means three coffins placed one in another in order of decreasing size. Okay, so nested coffins means, so there was a larger coffin, inside it there was a slightly smaller coffin, and again inside it was the main coffin. Okay, so there were three consecutive coffins, okay, one after another, layered upon, okay, like a box. For example, you have a larger box, then inside it you have a smaller box, and then again inside it you have a further smaller box. Okay, so like three boxes it was kept there, like three nested coffin. Shroud, a length of cloth which a dead person is wrapped. So shroud means a cloth with which a dead person is wrapped, white colored cloth. Okay, adorned means decorated. Okay, so garlands of willow means a wreath of flowers and leaves. Okay, so there were garlands of willow. Mummy, a body of a human being or animal that has been ceremonially preserved by removal of the internal organs, treatment with uh, natron and resin, and wrapped in bandages. So what happened, how that mummies were actually made? Okay, so firstly the internal organs are taken out, for example the lungs, the heart, the liver, the stomach, the things that will decompose. Okay, the things that will decompose were actually taken out. Even the brain was also taken out through a special process. Okay, and then that entire skeleton with along with the skin and muscles were wrapped with natron and resin, okay, with wrapping bandages. Okay, then it was kept and dried. Then the ritual, here the resins used in the ceremony of mummification. So ritual means the resins used in the mummification of this. Resin is a sticky flammable substance that is insoluble in water. So resin is a thing that is insoluble in water. Okay, it is used actually for mummification. Legitimate means reasonable. Okay, so uh, coming to the point again, for the summary of this topic. Carter took a few months to record the treasures found in Tut's grave. Then he began investigating his three coffins, which were nested one in another. In the first coffin, he found a piece of cloth with garlands of willow, olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petals, cornflower, which suggested that he had been buried in months of March and April. So Tutankhamun was buried in the month of March and April. When he reached the third coffin, means the smallest part of that coffin, as I told you that one there was a larger coffin, inside it there was a smaller coffin, and then again there was a third coffin. He was in trouble. The body had hardened due to the resins which had cemented the body, and it had stuck to the bottom of the coffin, which was made of gold. Carter wondered what to do next because no amount of force could separate the two. Okay, so I will so this is what I read the text here up to this part. Okay, now I will, what I will do is I will show some of the pictures, okay, of mummy. Okay, this thing, as I have told you, I will show some of the pictures of this nested coffins and the things, so you will get a very clear idea of it. Okay, wait a minute. Here I go. Let's see, coffin of Tutankhamun. Okay, coffin of Tutankhamun. We will see the images here. Here comes the images. Okay, now you see, here are a lot of images of Tutankhamun's coffin. Okay, now we'll discuss about this thing, that how it was actually kept. So here you see, yes, so here you see there is a firstly there is a stone coffin outside. Okay, then inside it there is another coffin. Okay, so let's look at the larger picture here. Yes, this is the outer part. Okay, this was actually made of stone. Here, this thing was actually made of stone. This is the outer part of the coffin. You see how preserved it is. Okay, inside a plastic box, so that no natural elements will destroy it. Okay, inside this coffin there was another part like this. Okay, and inside it there was another part. Okay, the smallest one. Let me show you the three coffins kept consecutively. I cannot find an image where all the three are contained inside. Yes, here it is. So this part actually is the stone part. Okay, inside it this was there, and inside it this was there, and inside this thing was actually the body of Tutankhamun, that mummy of Tutankhamun inside it. Okay, now you see this thing is made of solid gold, this thing is made of stone, and this thing is again made of solid gold with jewelries and everything. Okay, so this is the mummy of Tutankhamun. Okay, so inside one coffin inside another coffin, it was kept in that method. Okay, and here is a reconstruction of how King Tutankhamun actually looked. I'm showing you. After the reconstruction of the image through different with the help of autopsy and everything, the body of Tutankhamun, the face of Tutankhamun was reconstructed, and it looked somewhat like this. Okay, this is the famous face of King Tutankhamun that you often see in movies and historical pictures. Okay, so that's all for this video. Okay, I will stop this video here. Wait for the next part. Thank you.